Hello, I'm Karthik Venkataraman, and over the last year, I've started a long-form series called Whatever It Takes, in which I've gotten to profile local athletes, owners of teams, and newfound positions like the general manager in college athletics. One of the athletes that I got a chance to speak to, San Diego FC's attacking midfielder, Anders Dreyer. Man, what an inaugural season he had. What an inaugural season San Diego FC had. And Anders Dreyer definitely played a huge part, finishing second in MLS Most Valuable Player race, only behind, well, the GOAT, Lionel Messi. And then on top of that, he was MLS Newcomer of the Year. He was a guy that really came up and found his way at a young age playing professional soccer. And before the playoffs last year, I got a chance to sit down with him and talk about all his success that he's having and also his dream of playing pro soccer.
He was born in Denmark. By the time he was 3 or 4, he started playing soccer. The son of a soccer coach, he would travel on the road with his father and see what togetherness was like in a soccer club. It was those trips that helped inspire Dreyer to want to be a pro soccer player.
I have 2 sisters, and they were always asking me at the dinner table what I want to be when I grow up, and I always said professional footballer. And they were like, yeah, but what if you don't be a professional footballer? I'm like, I'm going to be a professional footballer. So I think I always worked hard for it to achieve it, and I think when I was 16, 17 years old, that was when I really realized that this could be my dream coming true.
On San Diego FC's roster, there are a couple of countrymen from Denmark who've seen Dreyer grow to this point, including forward Marcus Ingvartsen, who played with Dreyer on the Denmark U21 national team.
This shot that he's showing in this league, he had already back then, and very dangerous left foot, so clinical and so on. So it's amazing he's been bringing that here too.
Dreyer would play for a few clubs before making it to SDFC in Denmark, Russia, and Belgium, but he always wanted to play in America.
I read a quote from you that said it's been your dream to play in the MLS. After seeing your stats this season, I'm starting to understand why for all the goal contributions you put up. But what has this been like for you, this experience of getting to play in the MLS?
It's been maybe better than what I have dreamed of. I think, of course, the way we play here in San Diego, and for me that's a top way to watch football, for me to play football. We have the ball a lot, we create a lot of chances, and yeah, I think MLS, it's just getting better and better, and each team are good, and if you're not ready and for the games ahead, then you will just lose the games. For me as well, to increase my own level as a player as well, it's been very good, and I just enjoy it.
His level has helped San Diego FC reach heights that nobody could have imagined in their inaugural season. The club has set MLS records for points in an expansion season, wins in an expansion season, and have claimed the top seed in the Western Conference going into the playoffs.
Did you ever dream coming to an expansion team like this is what you all would be able to achieve in year one?
No, I think it's been a very nice season, and what you said there with points and wins, and I think I went over here and I remember, of course, with my agent and family and talking about that it's a new expansion team and stuff like that, and it could go both ways, and now we're standing here and with that statistic and stuff like that, it's still a little bit of a dream, and I think after the season, when we think about what we have achieved, I think we can look at it so far and be proud.
They do it with the right to dream style of play, a combination of daring passes, creating space, and aggressive attacks. It's a hard style of play to adapt to and learn, but in his first year, Dreyer has flourished.
What is it that you feel like you were able to come in one season and be able to accomplish as much as you have, and the statistics part of what you've done?
I think, first of all, the way we play it's top. It's good for me as a player, and I think it's also credit to my teammates. You cannot win a game 1 against 11. That's impossible. So the way we have getting that dressing room, that family feeling together, it's been so good, and that's something that is not something I have seen very often in teams where I've been, that you have a dressing room that is so close.
Not only has he flourished, but he's come up clutch, scoring big goals in big games consistently. Head coach Mike Yvaris has been impressed with what Dreyer has done.
You know, when you walk in here, you see talent, character, purpose, and I think he embodies all of those. He's got a tremendous ability to play football. He's got a character that puts the team first, and he's a man on a mission. He wants to win.
I guess younger you wouldn't be very surprised that you became a professional footballer, but what do you think he would say if he saw all the success you're achieving now?
Yeah, what would he say? I think he would say that I have even more, because that's the feeling I have. I think I have even more to show you guys, but also to show my teammates and all the guys out here and the fans in San Diego. And I just hope to keep putting a smile on faces to people watching us, and I hope that they enjoy the way, of course, the way I play, but also the way the team play. So I think the younger version of me will be proud of where I am right now, but also knowing that there are more to come.
What is that more?
Hopefully more goals, more assists, and trophies. Like I said in the beginning, trophies is what you're looking back at when you end your career, and winning something with a team. I think it's different. I tried it in Denmark, and you always keep that group you won with together in some way. So I hope we can achieve that here with this group, because I think we can do it.
I definitely think Dreyer would have won MVP last season if Lionel Messi didn't have as fantastic a season as he had. Man, Dreyer was absolutely spectacular, and if San Diego FC wants to have the success that they had in year one, in year two, plus more, Anders Dreyer is going to have to do more, which he said he'd love to do. All right, coming up after the break, we're going to talk about the man who is the money bags behind San Diego FC and helped put this club together, Sir Mansour, and his story, the owner of San Diego FC, coming up next. We told you all about the success that San Diego FC had in their inaugural season, and I'm telling you now, if you thought they were going to have that much success, you're lying. The owner of the team, the guy who put all the money behind it, Sir Mansour, didn't even believe himself that they could have a season like that. But he's contributed so much to this team. He has so much passion for San Diego FC. You can hear it in the way he talks, his journey to get this point, purchasing the team, and his hopes for the team. Here's what he had to say. Have you ever imagined in your first season of being an owner of an MLS club they'd achieve this much success?
No way. I mean, honestly, I'm so gratified, and it's something I'm forever going to be grateful for.
To understand Mansour's love for the game, why he wanted this MLS team, and why he opened a soccer academy for kids, we have to go back to when he was a kid. His uncle Mustafa Mansour inspired his love for the game.
My uncle, who was my mentor, played for Egypt back in the 1930s in the World Cup. And he was also like the manager of the biggest club in Egypt. And he's like a very famous individual. So soccer is in our blood, in the Mansour family's blood.
Mansour enjoyed playing the game, but an unfortunate tragedy would keep him from doing so.
I used to play soccer when I was in school in Alexandria, Egypt, a beautiful city on the Mediterranean. And then I had a bad car accident at the age of 10, and I was bedridden in a cast for 3 years. And then I was deprived of playing soccer all my life. At the age of 10, being deprived of going to school and playing with children and, having friends, it was tough.
It wasn't much later when more tragedy would come, when Mansour moved to America to go to college.
At the age of 20, when I was studying at North Carolina State, I had cancer. And can you imagine a kid away from his home, away from his family, in another country, and having to go through that tough time?
His father also lost his business to nationalization in Egypt, where a country takes control and ownership of a private company.
Things in Egypt changed, and my family lost its wealth. So when I was in the States, I had to work in a restaurant called Amadeo's in Raleigh, North Carolina, as a waiter, and put myself through college. I didn't have money to eat at that time, and a few fraternity brothers and one of them had a chicken farm, so they used to bring some eggs, and that's all we could eat for 6 months.
Mansour had a tough life, but it made him resilient and also made him value the money he worked hard for. Mansour believes those times helped him become a billionaire now. His company employs 60,000 people in 100 different countries. With his wealth and love for soccer, opportunity met moment in 2023 when he bought the expansion rights for San Diego FC. It was a reported $500 million purchase.
When the opportunity came, I couldn't say no. We said, let's do it. And because my son and the people around me all were extremely positive. And I believe in sports. I believe in sports, what it does to people, how it brings people together. I believe in sports also as an asset investment, and I believe in sports in helping here in San Diego.
What do you like when you're watching a San Diego FC game? Are you a rah-rah kind of guy? You chill kind of guy? What is it like?
Rah-rah. I mean, I want to win, for sure. You know, I'm a businessman, and I have work around the world. But, you know, people can come to me and say, Sir Mansour, you invested, you lost. It doesn't bother me. It really, you know, okay, so fine. Easy, you know, it comes and goes. I mean, that's the quality, that's business, no? But at night, when I'm in London, and there's, you know, big 8-hour difference, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and there's a game here, I'm just, you know, sitting like this. And, you know, in the morning, they tell me, you know, when I found out who won, I'm jumping up like a child. I mean, that's what sports does. This is what San Diego Football Club does to me. This is really amazing. The football we play, the football San Diego Football Club plays, the management, the skill, you know, the perseverance of the players and the team is just beyond.
San Diego FC and the Right to Dream Academy both are flourishing immediately. And Mansour's investment for the sport he's most passionate about is off to a strong start.
You do good in your life, you get good back. And this has been, you know, the motto in my life, all my life, and I believe I'm a very fortunate person. I'm 77 years old, and at this time of my life, I tell you what I'm seeing here is the most gratifying thing for me. And it's a thing that I will give all my support as long as I can, and I'm sure my son will and my grandchildren will, to make San Diego proud, because you've made me proud, you've made me happy.
The thing I love most about talking to Sir Mohammed Mansour is you can just see his passion, how much he cares for this club. He's willing to do whatever it takes for this club to achieve. That's why they've achieved so much this far. All right, coming up after the break, we're going to be talking more soccer. We're going to be talking about a name known worldwide because she's accomplished it on every single level and more. Alex Morgan, the GOAT of women's soccer, coming up after the break. All right, if you follow sports, you've heard the name, and even if you don't, you still probably have heard the name. It's Alex Morgan. She's an absolute icon, not only in soccer, but in sports as a whole. Everything she was able to do at the international level for Team USA, Olympics, World Cups, and also at the club level, while also fighting for women's equity in sports. Absolutely incredible. As she got her jersey retired last year, I got a chance to sit down with her and talk to her about that and everything she's doing off the field now as she's retired.
As Alex Morgan went to the podium to speak at her jersey retirement, the fans had something to say first. They chanted her name over and over again. She was given a standing ovation for everything she's accomplished.
How cool was that moment for you?
It was really special. When I came to San Diego, I wanted to dig into the community. I wanted to help build the club from the ground up. And I knew when I retired, a goal of mine would be to be an owner, an investor, and stay committed to the club far after my playing career. So just to have this honor given to me means everything, and it was really special.
In the San Diego Wave's inaugural season, Alex Morgan helped introduce the team with authority. She scored 15 goals in 17 games, on her way to winning the National Women's Soccer League Golden Boot. The following season, Morgan helped the team win the NWSL Shield, given to the team with the best regular season record. She would end up stepping away from the game in 2024, with her second child on the way. Kira Carusa got to play with Morgan on the Wave.
It's just, it's everything as an athlete and as a woman in the game to get to to play alongside such a player like Alex, and not only get to watch her, but like get to learn from her.
Nearly a year after her retirement, and a couple of days after her jersey retirement, I sat down with Alex Morgan to talk about life now. Morgan is a minority owner of The Wave, invests in venture funds, and a few years ago co-founded a media company called Together that promotes women's sports. She also speaks at events on how soccer has helped her in the business world.
I actually think there's a lot of things to take away from playing soccer or sport. Even if you played it as a kid, in college or professionally, there's so much you could take away that helps with character building, that helps with, closing a deal or running a business, or leading a team or your company to success. So I think there's a lot of things that I rely on and that I can share.
Her nonprofit, the Alex Morgan Foundation, continues to create more equitable opportunities for women in sports and in their lives.
That's really important for me and important for my kids to see as well. I want my daughter to have as much access as possible to playing sport, to being confident, and to using sport as a vehicle to accomplishing whatever she wants in life.
Morgan first got into the business side of things and her nonprofit while she was still playing. Now, her mindset has shifted with her playing days behind her.
I just think that I am giving myself like this space to go at my own pace. And I think in soccer, you had to go at one pace, and that was like 1,000,000 miles an hour. You had to like show up at training on time every single day. And so of course I'm gonna show up to the important things, but right now the most important thing is my family, so I want to make sure that I'm always prioritizing that.
As family, charity, and business are at the forefront of what she does now, I asked her what excites her most about her future. And while she isn't lacing up the cleats anymore to play, she still plans on making an impact in sports.
Well, there's so much going on, and I think what is so great that I'm still involved in sport in some capacity, but I don't have to get out on the field and have the pressure of having to score the goals or win the games. I got to close the deals, and I got to be a fan of my biggest teams, especially the one here, San Diego Wave. But I'm forever embedded in sport because of just my passion. I'm a fan of women's soccer. I'm a fan of sports in general. So it's continuing to be a part of my daily life regardless.
I love all that Alex Morgan continues to do off of the field to help sports grow, not just soccer, sports as a whole. All right, coming up after the break, we're going to be talking a couple of more stories that we featured here on Whatever It Takes, including UC San Diego men's basketball coach Clint Allard in his first year as head coach. San Diego State football is coming off a season in which they had a lot more success than they have had in recent years. They added some personnel to help the team become a little more successful, coaches, players, but the one that we're talking about right here, neither a coach or a player. It's general manager of the team, Caleb Davis, who in this day and age of college football, college athletics, general managers are meaning so much with name, image, and likeness for each one of these programs becoming so much more important in this day and age. When he was hired, he was one of the youngest general managers in all of college athletics at the age of 25. The Aztecs don't have as big of an NIL as some of those big schools that you think about like Ohio State and Notre Dame, yet they're still finding ways to get talent to become really good at football. In 2024, San Diego State was 3-9. Before last season, Davis said that this program was going to get back to their winning ways, and he was right. They went on to win 9 games this past season. Other schools have high-profile general managers like former NFL quarterbacks and former NFL head coaches. Davis is neither of those, but he really likes going up against them.
Oh, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a competition. At the end of the day, if something like that doesn't get your blood boiling, doesn't give you goosebumps, doesn't make you, ready to run through a brick wall to make sure San Diego State is a playoff program, then I don't know what does. Shoot, the first day Ron Rivera was hired, it was funny because everyone's like, oh, you got this NFL head coach that you're now competing against that we're going to play week 3, and I love it. I'm probably one of the most quietly competitive people you'll ever meet in your life. Like, I might not be as outwardly trash talking and everything, but deep down, there's a fire that burns inside to make sure not a single person in this entire country outworks me on a day-to-day basis.
UC San Diego men's basketball is coming off their greatest achievement in program history last year. They made it to the NCAA Division I tournament in their first year of Division I eligibility. But with that, their head coach left, many of players left, assistant coaches left, they transferred or they graduated, those players, and well, would come in a new head coach, Clint Allard, who is coming into this program, and well, he's trying to take it to more success as he is not only a former player of this team, he was an assistant coach in waiting for this team over the last couple of years. On the 2025-2026 season being his first year as head coach, man, he is really trying to get things going, and he has really completing a 20-win season in his first year after getting all those new coaches, all of those new players. He's been really doing a good job, and this job has meant a lot to him since it is his alma mater, and he wants to bring a high level of success to this program.
There's a lot of pride that I have in UC San Diego. I've spent so much of my life here, of being a scholar athlete, my first year as coaching, just getting my first opportunity, and seeing this place grow. I know it's a real advantage for me to have that background, but in that moment when I was having some emotions at my press conference, I think it was just picturing that journey and how far I've come. And
one other story we have on Whatever It Takes is on the San Diego Seals. You can watch that story and all of these other stories in full on CBS8.com, where we have a tab for Whatever It Takes. Thanks for joining me and listening to all these stories. We'll have more coming up in the future.